Is it possible to make such an impact on the world just by a speech that you made? 7 ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived by liberty and dedication to the proposition that all men are created equal. Today I will be telling you about the one and only Abraham Lincoln. First, I will be telling you about his background. Then I will be telling you about how he was a lawyer. Then I will be telling you about his presidency. Well, Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin on February 12, 1809, in a hard county of Kentucky. In 1817, due to land dispute, the Lincolns were forced to move out on public land in Indiana. Their family squatted on public land and was forced. They were squatted on public land, forced to scrap out a living in a scrapyard, land to scrap, and living in a crude shelter for hunting games and farming a small pot, until his father was able to buy the land back. When Abraham Lincoln was 9 years old, his mother had died at the age of 34. This was a devastating thing to young Abraham Lincoln, that had made young Abraham forced into young labor. Young Lincoln was forced to work harder than ever due to his father's lack of education and laziness. But his father's new wife, Sarah Johnson, was the one to encourage young Abraham into a better, hard-working situation. That's when he had received a formal education. In 1834, Abraham Lincoln had begun his lawyer career. He was elected into Illinois State Legislature, party of the Whigs. He supported the Whig politics and government-sponsored infrastructure and protected tariffs. This political understanding led him to former early views of slavery, not so much as a moral wrong, but as an intended economic development. It was around this time he decided to become a lawyer, and teaching himself the law after being admitted to the bar in 1837, he moved to Springfield, Illinois, and began to practice at the J.T. Stewart law firm. In 1860, political operatives in Illinois organized a campaign to support Abraham Lincoln as the President of the United States. On May 18th, the Republican Nation Convention in Chicago, Abraham Lincoln had surpassed well-known electors such as William Seward of New York and Salem P. Chase of Ohio. Lincoln's nomination was due to part of his moderate views of slavery and his support for improving the protective tariffs. And Abraham Lincoln had become the 16th President of the United States in 1861. During his presidency, Lincoln guided his country through the most devastating times of the United States has ever had. The Civil War Constitution protected slavery and peace, but in war, Lincoln had believed that a comprehensive chief could abolish slavery as a military necessity. On January 1st, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Proclamation. The proclamation declared that all person held as a slave was free as a free man. And on April 1465, Lincoln was assassinated by well-known actor, Confederate sympathizer John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Lincoln was moved to a Peterson home across his house. He laid in the bed for 9 hours before passing away in the morning. In conclusion, I just told you about a bunch of aspects of Abraham Lincoln's life. First, I told you about his background. Then, I told you about how he was a lawyer. Then, I told you his presidency. Well, I hope you're informed about Abraham Lincoln, and thank you very much.